Hey everyone, this is Whiskey Niner Alpha Lima Bravo. I've been spending a lot of time lately on my handhelds with my new antenna, seeing how far I can get out. I basically got back into ham radio. I picked up a couple other radios since I made a video and was really starting to notice the difference in displays and thought I'd make a video about that. I haven't seen one about that. This is the first radio I bought. It's a BaoFeng BF-F8HP. It's like I don't know, maybe 2 years old. They have the Pro version of this out now, which I'll show you in a little bit. But I wanted to show you the display. If you look at the display, you'll see W4UC at the top. Okay, that's the name of the repeater that I'm on. And then on the B channel, or B band, this is a different, well, actually I'm on the same. If you look, there's 18 and 18. I'm on the same channel on both A and B. So the frequency of that repeater is 146760. And that's how a lot of people set up their radio, so that they can see, let's say I'm scanning and I pick something up and I see W4UC and I want to log that, or I want to make sure, I want to redo my channels so that I push that closer to the top, because I always make sure that the repeaters that I can reach and hear are at the front of my radio. I kind of keep them packed in there, and I redo my chirp file and everything based on that. So I want to see what frequency that is. I'll typically punch in 018. A lot of radios, if you just punch in 018 or 024, it'll go to channel 24. Some don't, like the Yeasu. I'll show you that in a little bit. So that's a really nice way to set up your radio. But there's a better way, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And that's on certain radios. But you can, let's see if I can do this here. You can switch frequency. So if on the menu, let me hit menu. I was playing around with these colors here. You can set the colors different on this radio. Let's go to, gotta find it. One thing I would encourage you to do is learn your, there you go, MDF B and A. These are bands A and B. So I'm gonna hit menu again because I want A. Now I'm gonna scroll through that. And I can do channel. So I could do the channel and it would show 18. I could do frequency. So I'm gonna hit menu again to commit that. And now you can see both my A and B. I can switch between A and B with this, right? I can switch A, B, A, B. They're both showing frequencies. Well, that's not very useful, so let's go back and change that. Let's hit menu to select that. Let's go back to name, hit menu, exit. So that's a pretty good display. Let me hit scan, show you how it scans here. So it's singing through my repeaters. It's a good display. It's in orange and blue and what is it, purple. So you can set that from transmitting, receiving, scanning, all this stuff. It's a pretty good radio. It's used to be my go-to. It's still a very good radio. So that's a really good display, not bad, but there are better ways. Let's switch to the next radio. Okay, this was my second radio I purchased, which is the Yeasu FT-60. You know, when I was new to ham radio and everybody said the BaoFengs were cheap and, you know, whatever, turns out they're actually really good radios. Anyway, so I bought this Yeasu FT-60. It's heavy duty, you can feel it in your hand. It's supposed to be a fantastic radio, although I'll be honest with you, I don't really use it that much. It's single display. I think it can do dual watch, but I haven't even been able to set that up. You can switch between the name and the frequency on this display. I'm not going to show you. It's actually, you have to put function, then select, then toggle around in the menu, find the thing, change it, and then hit the push to talk button. It's like, you know, 38 keystrokes here to get that changed. Of course, you can do all this in chirp as well. But anyway, it's a good radio. I know a lot of people like it. One of the things that's nice about this radio is you can grab this up here and you can zing through with this knob. You can zing through the channels really quickly. That's a great way to find channels. So I always set my radio, by the way. Let's turn this up.
Northwest winds.
I always set my radio up with channel 1 to the weather. Channel 2 is the 2-meter call, and 3 is the 70-meter call, and then, you know, some local things, and then I go into my repeaters. So this is one of those radios that you can't just punch in 019 and go to channel 19, but you can zing around your channels really quickly with this knob here. And the squelch is kind of always on. You control that with this knob over here. There's not much on this channel, so I can control the squelch there. Sorry for you Yeasu FT-60 fans, this is not my favorite radio. Let's go on to the next. Okay, this is hands down currently my favorite radio. This is the Wouxun UV9, I can't see it because it's in the way. Yeah, UV9PX. It's a fantastic radio. It's a little more expensive than some of the cheaper versions, and the display is going to go out on me a lot here. I got to set the timeout quickly. I guess I should have changed that. Anyway, you can see here I'm sitting on channel 19 on both A and B, and I can switch between those using the band button here. So you can see that's moving, and that just really controls what I'll scan on or what channel I'll be on when I do push to talk. And again, like the BaoFeng BF-F8HP, I have the name the display up here, the name of the repeater, and down here, this channel is just all frequencies here. So let's go ahead and hit scan. We're on this channel, or on the top. You can see it'll scan through all my frequencies. Somebody's transmitting on there, it looks like. I have to hit exit. Let's hit scan again and kind of continue on. I'm picking up various traffic here. Let's go back to, let's exit that and let's do 019. You notice that went back to channel 19. That's a fantastic feature. Also, this has you can see TDR, which is true dual receive. Let's say that I'm actually listening. Let's go back. Let's go up. So now I'm on channel 20 on the top, 19 on the bottom. Let's say that I pick something up on channel 20 and all of a sudden traffic starts coming in on 19. I'm hearing both of those at the same time because it's true dual receive. What I can do is I can hit this and turn that off. So now I'm talking on the A band, and even though sound is coming in on B, I'm not hearing it. And then I can toggle between bands. So I can go band and switch up, down. So I'm kind of working in a single watch mode, but I'm also able to switch between A and B. I love that feature. It's really nice. Let's turn that off. Here's something else that's kind of cool too. So I'm sitting on the A band. You can see because of I'm switching main around. Let's suppose I want to change the display from the name, which you can see K4 source. I can just hold down, I believe it's this. I think I can just hold down on that. Yeah, so it went to that frequency. I'm not sure what that one is. I'll have to ask Better Safe Radio. But if I hold down again, so now I'm on, it's just going to display channel 20. So let's just go ahead and exit, and let's just move up and down. See that? Now I just have channel numbers, like sort of I'm working in GMRS. Let's hold down on that TDR button again, do a long press. Now I'm back to frequencies. So I can change from frequency to the name just like that. I can go down to the B band, hold down on that, and now I've got them both set to the names. And it's really cool. So if you're scanning and you hit a frequency that you are a repeater that you want to learn more about at any point, let's say I'm on that W4 UC, I just click, well, hold on. I did a short press there. Channel 19, there's the frequency for that. I'm going to go back to display. So it's just a fantastic radio. Things work like you would expect them to work. The only thing about this, and I like this display, the only thing about this is the only negative thing I can say about this Wouxun is that when you go outside, the display is really difficult to see in the sun, even when you shade it. Another thing is I always set up all of my radios. Every radio I have is set up exactly the same. I use Chirp, and I copy and paste all my setups between all my radios. So, even though I have 200 frequencies in my radio, I can grab any radio, walk out the door, and they're all set up exactly the same. You just have to be aware that some like the BaoFengs, I think they start at channel 0 and most start at channel 1. So that'll kind of throw you for a loop. Anyway, let's go on to the next one, which is, remember, we're talking about displays. I'm getting a little off track, is the Quansheng. Okay, this is the Quansheng. A lot of people have these. They're pretty inexpensive. I have a couple. And there's all kinds of firmware out there that you can install. I think I'm on the IJV, which I really like. But notice the display. Let's take a look at this. It's probably going to go dim here on me in a minute, but notice that I have A and B bands. I can switch between those. Let's do that real quick. So you can see that, whoop, I did a wrong press here. You got to do a long press on that. I'm switching channel 45 there, channel 22 up top. But notice here, it's W4RH. That's the repeater I'm on, and below it is its frequency. Down here, I'm on this repeater, and there's that frequency. So to me, this is the ultimate way to have your ham HT display look and work. It has everything I need to know right there. It even has more information across the bottom here. And of course, that depends on the firmware you're using. But I really like this display. Let's go ahead and hit scan here. You can see it really scans quick. But again, that's based on your firmware. I don't think too many people actually run the stock firmware on this radio. Anyway, that's it. I really like this radio from a functional display perspective. It's by far the best. Every ham radio, at least in my opinion, should come out somewhere like this, showing both the name of the repeater or even if you name a simplex node, and then the frequency as well. All right, let's go on to the BaoFeng BF-F8HP PRO, which just came out and is kind of all the rage. We're going to look at that in just a moment. This is the BaoFeng BF-F8HP PRO. Just came out a while ago. It's a really beefy radio. Let's see if I can show you in comparison here between the two. I'll slide the original guy over. You can see the size difference a little bit. I don't want to move my setup because I'll mess up the frame. Also the thickness of the radios. There's a huge difference there. The Pro weighs a lot more. It's very heavy, has a solid field. Also, it's a tri-band radio. It picks up the 1.25 meter. I haven't even played with it yet. But anyway, I wanted to show you the display. That's what we're talking about. It's got a full color display. It's pretty cool. It looks better when you have frequencies on top and bottom, but I don't find that very useful. If you look at the name of the repeater that I'm on, SARnet, that's a statewide linked set of repeaters in Florida. Very cool. But it's barely readable. And there's a lot of real estate on this screen, and it doesn't show you much. Let's switch between A, B. I'm on the latest firmware. Oh, there's another thing. So when this thing goes dim, it doesn't just go dim, it goes completely off. That I do not like. Let's go back here. Press a button that comes back up. I'm on the latest firmware. I think it's .144 or 44. I just installed that the other day. So I'm on the latest code. You know, this one you get updates on the firmware as well, like kind of like the Quanshengs. Let's go ahead and switch to AB. So I'm down there now. I'm up top. I think this is scan. Let's scan. Yeah, I can't even remember how to scan on this thing. Yeah, it's kind of different because, there we go. It doesn't scan near as quick as some of the other ones, but that's kind of the display. Let's go ahead and hit something so we stop that. Maybe. Yeah, I don't even know how to stop it. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm picking somebody up. That's a simplex network. That's funny. It's frequency. Oh, I'm on the bottom, I think. That's why I'm picking somebody up down there. Let's go AB and move that. Okay, cool. So what I did, sorry about that kind of waste of time there for you guys. What I did is I actually sent screenshots, images that or photographs really basically, of the Quansheng to BaoFeng, because I was writing to them about support. I had some issues with the firmware, and while I was writing to them, I said, hey, take a look at this screen that is on the Quansheng that shows both the name and the frequency, because the name on this is really small. You can see that. They have plenty of room to show the name and the frequency on both A and B, and there's no reason for those numbers to be that big, at least in my opinion. This screen is really hard on the eyes. Your eyes have to really you know, almost really think through what you're looking at. Whereas on even the BaoFengs and the Wouxun and the the other BaoFeng, you know, the original, not the Pro, is very easy to read. I don't like this display at all. I hope they fix this on a recent firmware change. Shouldn't be hard, assuming they have control over all the pixels on this display. Anyway, I haven't played with this radio. It's pretty cool. It has GPS. It'll tell you exactly where you're at. I did it. It took me right to my house, exactly like Google Maps would. I mean, it was literally right in my living room when I did it, so it's very accurate. And again, it's a tri-band. That's very cool. So I haven't played around with that yet. It comes with 2 different antennas. And that's it. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to show you some antennas real quick for these. So stay tuned for 1 second. This is just a quick little follow-up about antennas. I have a bunch of antennas, all kinds of them. What do I have over here? I have the diamond antennas. I have the sticks, the stick kind. I can't remember what they're called. They kind of look like this. They're super thin. But I was watching the ham radio crash course. If you haven't seen that, you should follow him. He has fantastic information. Anyway, look at this antenna I'm using right here. Where's my little pointer? This is the T-Way RDIO RH660, and it's a telescopic antenna. So I'll pull it out here. If you look, it ends right there, and I can just pull this out. Sorry, I'm looking at through the display. You pull that out, just like the old, you know, walkie-talkies we used to play with when we were kids. And I was skeptical, but he did a comparison on a ton of radios. I mean, probably 45. And these little $17, $18 antennas are just absolutely phenomenal. I have this on my BaoFeng and my Wouxun, and I even bought this other one of theirs, which is what is this one? Oh, it's right here. Sorry, hope I don't bump the screen. There we go. It's the T-Way RDIO antenna RH770. Super, super awesome antennas. I get better reception than I could even, you know, dream of with just a handheld sitting in my living room, and people compliment me on how well that I am transmitting. So if you want a good antenna, inexpensive, it's a good way to go. The one thing about the 770, this is the quick release, you know, type of antenna. These I bought. They're actually, you know, male, female. I got different ones, and they seal down really tight here. I like that. Anyway, hope you guys got something out of this. Let me know what you think about the displays on these handhelds. I really like the Quansheng. I don't like the BaoFeng Pro that just came out. I like the BaoFeng original. The Wouxun is really good, especially with the long key that can change things. So anyway, that's it. Thank you.